Hello and welcome to the great outdoors. We're here today, as you can see, at Langdon Hills Country Park here in Essex, and we're at Gravel Hill Wood, which is just here behind us. We're parked in the car park. We're aiming at the moment to walk up to the highest point here at the Langdon Hills Country Park, which we believe to be just over there at 116 metres. So yeah, I think it's either the second or third highest place in Essex, to be honest. As a child, I used to come here quite a lot because I used to live in Wickford, which is literally only just down the road from here. It's a really lovely country park. As you can see, it's a really lovely day today. It has clouded over a little bit. It was bright blue skies, sunshine earlier, but it has clouded over a bit. There's a bit of a breeze, not too bad. We're hoping to get the drone up and over around here, because if you get it up in the right place, you'll be able to see right down the Thames estuary. And from my understanding, I do believe that on a proper clear day, sometimes you can see Canary Wharf. But the Thames estuary is just over the back here at the moment. Well, there's a sign there that says welcome to Thurrock, but I'm pretty sure this isn't Thurrock as in the place where Lakeside is, but there is a sign telling you that here. Yeah, we're just going to be around here. We're going to go for a bit of a walk, and we're hoping to stay here till quite late when it gets dark, and trying to do some night photography. Kelly's brought a camera with her to do with that, and also try and do some night videoing with the GoPro 8, because we've been looking into doing that. We've done some tests, looks quite good, so we're hoping to get some of that done. Well, anyway, we'll bring you back in a bit when we start our walk. All right, see you in a bit. Hello and welcome back. This here is what they will say is the highest point here at Langdon Hills Country Park. As I say, 116 metres. I know that probably doesn't seem that high to people who live in like Scotland or the Lake District, or there in Wales, or you know, even the Peak District and the Yorkshire Dales, but for us here in Essex, or possibly for people who live in like Suffolk or Norfolk, fairly flat areas, this is pretty high. Unfortunately, the trig point for this area is classed as the water tower here just behind us, but you can't get to it. It's on private property. This is about as close as we're going to get to it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, this is the highest point. We will get the drone up in the air around here. It's quite a nice open space. Be able to see up over towards here, which you'll be able to see the Thames estuary. I know there is a slightly, even though this may be the highest point, there is a slightly better area where you get more views. So I think that's probably where we're going to be heading to next, because you get a view right over the Thames estuary and it's a bit more open, whereas as you can see, you're quite surrounded by trees and stuff here. This is the trail to the Old Oak, which is just where we've come up from. But yeah, I mean, it's a lovely area. It is a bit windy, but you know, it is what it is. We're up reasonably high, as I say, around here anyway. So anyway, I'll bring you back in a bit. Hello and welcome back. We're here now at One Tree Hill. This is the area we came with our little man last year. We wanted to come back. This is the area we're hoping to come back to a little bit later this evening because of the sort of views you've got over. I don't even know what that is. It's some sort of dock on the Thames.
Tilbury, wasn't it?
It possibly is Tilbury. Yeah, I would imagine, because that's about the closest place. But yeah, we thought we'd be able to get some decent night lapse video here, hopefully, because you'll get the lights and that coming on at Tilbury, and obviously, hopefully, it's supposed to be quite clear tonight. We'll get the stars and that appearing also, and we're hoping to try and take some decent night sort of lapse type photos, night photos. I don't really know what you call them, but Kelly's hoping to do that as well. So anyway, we're going to have to start making our way back to the car because we've got dinner booked somewhere. We're going to go and have some dinner, and then we'll bring you back afterwards for some more fun. All right, cheers, see you in a bit. Hello and welcome back. We're back up here at One Tree Hill after a very lovely meal at Miller's and Carter's, which is right outside Langdon Hills Country Park, Willow Park I think it's called, right outside there, right at the top of the hill as you come out of Langdon into Langdon Hills. Really nice, you know, well worth a visit. No, not very outdoorsy, but you know, if you're in this area having a bit of a walk and you want a nice meal afterwards, definitely recommended. Anyway, as I say, we're here back at One Tree Hill. Just going to have a little wander up those stairs behind us. And we're going to have a wander over there just to see if there's any better areas than where we were earlier to possibly get the drone up before it gets dark, and to also do our night lapsing and some night photos. This is the car park. If you want to go to One Tree Hill, you can park in. So there are toilets here. Obviously everything's locked up toilet wise and that at the moment, because it's now, well, it's 7:30 now. We haven't parked in the car park, we've just parked in a little lay-by. You can just see the top of that car over there, because we don't know what time the car park shuts, so we don't want to have to keep moving the car, so we've just parked over there. Anyway, I'll bring you back in a bit. Hello and welcome back. Well, as you would have seen, we've just shown you a little bit of footage of One Tree Hill, another sort of area that's slightly higher than here. That seems to almost have a bit of a trig point. I don't know whether it actually is a trig point, but it kind of looks similar to one, and it does seem to be the highest point here at One Tree Hill. Problem is right where the highest point is, unless you get a drone up like you'll see we have, you can't really see anything because you're surrounded by trees. Issue with the drone footage around here is there is a lot of interference. We do have the DJI Drone Mini SE, which don't exactly ask me, but I know the controller on it works by a certain frequency or something that's not very reliable supposedly, whereas the Mini 2 has a different style controller and supposed to be a lot more reliable, so you might not get as much interference. But it seems to suggest that we have a lot of aircraft interference. When Kelly was to check, it says something about Thurrock airfield, which I didn't even know there was an airfield in Thurrock, but as you can see just over there is Tilbury Docks. We're wondering whether it's got a lot to do with that. Maybe there's a lot of radio signals and stuff like there that seem to interfere. But you know, we have got some footage, as I'm sure you'll see in the video, so it's all good. The sun has just started, well, pretty much going down now. You probably only got another, I'd say probably 15-20 minutes of the sun being up. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the camera up for a night lapse of the sky and hopefully over by Tilbury Dock, and with that we'll hopefully get some really decent footage. Fingers crossed, because I've set up the hyperlapse and I've changed the settings to be better, as in more like a night lapse but hyperlapse, which means it will run quicker. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm hoping this all comes out quite good, because it's one of the main reasons we've come down here. Any other videoing now will be done either on Kelly's DSLR camera or our phones. But to be fair, because I've been running the drone with my phone battery's quite low, and Kelly's been using hers to track our walk today, so hers is quite low. We do have a power pack, but I only bought one. Poor thinking really. I only bought one with me, which will have to be connected to the GoPro, because one battery is not going to get enough footage. So anyway, I'll bring you back in a bit. Right, okay, just a quick thing about the GoPro Hero 8 media mod. I'd noticed on a couple of videos that people had complained about the stand that flips out the bottom. Just there, you can see it. This flips out the bottom of the GoPro 8, as you will know if you've got it. But a couple of people had complained of the fact that when you put the media mod in, it's quite hard to get that out. But Kelly, my wife, being clever clog she is, has realised that the spindles you use to obviously screw it into a stand like that, if you just stick that in there and pull, it's very easy to get up. So just thought we'd mention that for anyone who does have a GoPro Hero 8 and a media mod that has struggled with this, because that works quite well. Hello and welcome back. I'm now videoing on my Pixel 6. I'm also videoing using an external little mic, which you can see just here, which I got off of Amazon. I think it was about £12, £14, something like that. It wasn't a huge amount of money. I know they're advertised massively at the moment on TikTok, where you can actually buy pretty much, it looks the same mic, but you get two mics with it. Distance on it's quite good. Hopefully the audio will be pretty good using this mic, because it's the first time I've really used it. We're also using a new bracket to put on selfie sticks for the phone. It does work a lot better. It's a screw grip, so it holds the phone a lot more secure and in place, rather than the spring grip ones that they have, which generally don't seem to hold your phone very well, especially if you've got quite a wide phone, quite thick maybe. They don't work that great. The phone tends to fall off. They don't feel very safe, whereas this, you screw it down onto it so it's not going to come off. And I can even use my thicker case with it and it still works. But yeah, so at the moment, as you can see, it has started to get dark. You can see over at Tilbury there just about. You know, there's starting to be some lights coming on. Also, just a quick thing about the GoPro. We bought some cheap GoPro Hero 8 aftermarket batteries off of Amazon. I'll publish above here what brand they were, but they're supposed to stop the error message coming up about not everything possibly working on your GoPro, because the GoPro Hero 8 will take any of the batteries that I think it's 3 through to about 7 GoPros take. It will take the batteries in there and they will work, which they do, but supposedly some of the functionality on the camera may not work, or may not work as well if you use them. I haven't had the camera long enough to actually suggest whether that is true or not, because obviously the camera did come with one battery, which battery life on that did seem quite good when we did the video down at Halsey Gap. And we did use the other aftermarket batteries that we had, and they seemed to work okay despite the messaging come up. I didn't really find anything that didn't work, but you know, as time progresses, I'll let you know if that does change. But yeah, these aftermarket batteries just seem to make the GoPro crash all the time. At the moment, I've just put the our GoPro Hero 2018 battery is inside the camera at the moment, with a solar panelled power bank attached to it, and it's doing a hyperlapse night lapse as we speak, so hopefully that comes out. As I said, when I used the other battery, it literally filmed for about 5 minutes and then just crashed the camera, and it just kept crashing it. So we'll be sending them back, and I think we're going to be investing possibly in a couple of proper GoPro Hero 8 batteries. They are quite hard to get hold of. I haven't seen too many for sale, and they can go for a pretty penny online, so I might go straight to GoPro and see if they've got any. Hello and welcome back. I'm going to take a little walk down here really along the thing, because it's, as you can see, it started to get quite dark. I'm just used a makeshift light to film with, to be fair, because I have bought the GoPro light with me, the light we use for our GoPro. The issue with that is you can't use that with the phone because of the way it attaches to the selfie sticks and stuff like that. So I've actually makeshifted a lamp out of a small LED light, which we've got for camping when we go camping with the family, with the boys. And I've managed to attach that to the bottom of this bendy tripod. The issue is, well, it's the same issue I've always had with the light we use with the GoPro, is I can't see a thing, because obviously the light is very bright and it's shining right in my eyes. I mean, as you can see, it does light me up quite well, but because it lights me up, it's just shining right in my eyes, so I can't really see a lot. Hence the reason you just almost saw me fall over. Just having a look round really, because we've often wondered whether it'd be possible to do a bit of a wild camp up here. But the issue is that where you want a wild camp would be obviously with a view, because that's why you'd want to be up here, is because of that view out over Tilbury and that, and over the estuary. But the issue is you'd be too in the open, I think, to be honest. People would be able to see. I mean, I suppose if you set up really late there, The likelihood of someone coming up is pretty slim. The car would be literally within a 2-minute walk of where you were, so I suppose you could, if someone did move you on, you'd pack up and you jump in your car and you haven't got far to go. But I don't know. We're umming and ahhing about giving it a go at some point. Whether it'll be this year, I don't know. But anyway, I'll bring you back if I find anything that looks interesting, as though it could possibly be a wild camp area. I'll bring you back in a bit. Hello and welcome back. We're all packed down. We've packed away the GoPro, we've packed away the DSLR, packed away all the tripods and everything. All that's left out is obviously my phone and the bendy tripod that it's attached to, and the little light. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we've got some night lapse video that is usable for the video. If we haven't, we haven't, you know, that's just the way it is. And, you know, we'll have to try again, trying different ways out, different batteries, possibly different settings, depending on what it looks like. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, I think there's going to be some reasonable drone footage in it. You know, we've shown a little bit of Langdon Country Park in Langdon Hills. So, yeah, I mean, it's a really nice place, and I definitely recommend visiting if you're in and around this area. It's a nice place to go for a walk. Some lovely places you could have some picnics in. Yeah, you could quite easily spend the day. Yeah, there's a bit of sort of a park type area in a woodland right near the main part of Langdon Hills Country Park. Yeah, so anyway, if you could like and subscribe to the video, that would be great. Any comments, as we always say, are always very welcome. Anyway, I'll see you all soon in the next adventure. Bye for now.